we'll get started. So hi, I'm Amber from Influencer Updates on Instagram, and tonight I'm going to be talking about the 3 most interesting influencer news stories for the week. So I'm going to be talking about Rachael Finch and her $100 packet of biscuits. I'm going to be talking about Martha Kay and her breast implant explant. So she had her breast implants removed. And also Megan Pustetto and Lucy-Jackson have been feuding. So yeah, a bit of drama there. Okay, so the first story is the biscuits. So I'll just get up my notes here. So this week, Rachael Finch, she was just sharing like a haul of products she'd bought from this brand, Seed of Life. And she had explained that they had this mixed container of biscuits that she'd purchased. She is an influencer for the brand. Like if you go to their Instagram, you can see they've got a highlight called Rachael Finch and they show when she showcases their products. So I think that it was probably like a freebie, maybe not an ad, but I'm guessing a freebie or significantly discounted. Something's going on. But she showed a packet of biscuits that she had purchased and was eating for her family, I suppose. And somebody who subscribes actually had went to the website and screenshot and sent to me that the biscuits were $100. I'll show you a picture now. This is it. So $100 for that pack of biscuits. Although I will admit there are a lot of biscuits in there. So there's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You know, there's 20 biscuits and some of them are double. So it is a lot of biscuits for $100. But I've been on the website today and they do have a 25% off discount code. So I guess that makes them only $75. But it was so funny because I had a whole heap of subscribers reply to the story. And these are just some of the funny comments people wrote to me. Jesus, this screams more money than sense. And I totally agree with all of these comments. I have a Seeds of Life near me and I went once. It's so expensive, obviously really good quality, but this seems like a lot for a pack of biscuits. This one is quite funny. We are definitely in different tax brackets. And yes, I think that is very evident with the cost of living crisis. A $100 packet of biscuits, like, I guess I wouldn't even pay full price for a pack of Tim Tams, which was like $5. I would wait for them to go half price, $2.50. That's me, biscuits. Yeah, somebody else has said that same thing. And then this person, what the actual fuck, these would want to cure every single ailment in my body for that price. What do you think? Oh, someone's saying they can see my knickers. That's hilarious. They're actually my daughter's knickers. They're right on the end there. She's only 4, so yes, they're hers. Okay, next story. That was just a bit of a light-hearted one, I suppose. No drama, just a bit of an interesting one that got a lot of feedback. So the next one is Martha Kalifatidis. So as we all know, probably she has had a breast explant surgery this week. So she did a TikTok today. This is her after picture. So she's showing there that she's had them removed and she's saying that she feels very flat in her words. I think she means flat-chested. Like she's not feeling emotionally flat. She's feeling physically flat-chested. And she does not look it to me, but I guess compared to what she was, she probably feels it. So she has said that she is in no physical pain, but she is feeling very bloated from the anaesthetic. And she mentioned that 3 years ago, she felt that her implants, she could start to like really feel them in her body. They didn't feel like a natural part of her body anymore. And prior to that they had. And that's when she sort of started to think maybe she should get an explant. But then she fell pregnant with her son Lucius. And she also breastfed for a while. So she couldn't get the operation done during either of those periods of her life. And yeah, now that she's finished breastfeeding, she has got them explanted. They also said that it won't delay her trying for another baby. Like she'll just have to wait 2 months and then she could, if she wanted to. So it implied that she did say she wants to have more children. But yeah, that sort of implied to me that she's thinking about having them quite soon. She also said that her surgeon, Hamish Farrow, he left the scar tissue capsule. So the implant is covered by a scar tissue capsule and he left that inside her because trying to remove that scar tissue capsule would do more damage than benefits, I suppose, because she does plan to breastfeed again in the future. So yeah, she left that in there. She said he is a breast specialist and that's why she went to him in particular, and she definitely recommends him. The cost for her was the surgeon, so $12,000 for the surgeon. There was also an anaesthetist, which was $2,000, but that was covered by private health cover. And a hospital stay was $1,000, which was also covered by private health cover. So total cost to her is $12,000, but if you don't have private health, it would be $15,000. So yeah, definitely a lot of money, but I'm sure she's got more than enough money to afford this sort of surgery. And yeah, I think that it's a real trend. A lot of people are getting breast explant surgery. A lot of them have implied they've got breast implant illness, but I don't believe Martha has considered that at all. There was an issue a few months ago, maybe 1 month ago, where she got a headache that wouldn't go away, and she went and got a brain scan, and she thought that she had a tumour because they saw something on the scan, and she was really scared, but then it turns out there wasn't anything wrong at all. Maybe it was stress. I know that's what happened with Ashy Bines, but yeah, I'm not sure what the verdict was with that, but maybe this might help with that. So yeah, I don't think it has been breast implant illness for her, but it'll be interesting to see going forward. Like, I'm definitely thinking that's going to be happening a lot more, especially with the whole skinny chic, the trend that's all back in fashion. As crazy as that is, we're back to the 90s again, where everyone's wanting to be super skinny, and removing your breast implants does make you look skinnier, I suppose. So yeah, that's that story. Gosh, I seem really puffed tonight. Just because I'm not in my own environment, I think it is. All right, so the third story is... Oh, also, people will be really happy to know I don't have a cracked phone as my notes anymore. I do have an iPad. So that's very exciting. I've done a bit of a glow up. All right, the third story is Megan Pustetto and Lucy Jackson. So they have been feuding. So Megan Pustetto, if you don't know... I'm sure you know, she is the, I guess, owner of So Dramatic Media Company. So she has a So Dramatic podcast, and she also has the So Dramatic online, like the website, where she talks about ex-reality people. And they know everything. The So Dramatic people know everything. It's amazing. They get a lot of exclusives and a lot of interviews and things. Lucy Jackson, she is the co-owner of Jagger & Stone, the fashion brand, with her co-owner, Nikki Westcott. They also run a podcast together called Happy Hour, the podcast. So here's a bit of a timeline. So Lucy recently made a TikTok video asking her followers, does it make her a bully? Oh, I can't remember exactly what she said, but does it make her a bully that somebody keeps harassing somebody who has mental health issues, and she has called them out on it? And everyone was like, no, like, who's this about? But it was definitely, in my opinion, it was definitely about Megan Pustetto, because earlier that day, Lucy had commented on a So Dramatic video about Dom. So Dominica Calarco, she's recently got out of a mental health facility. And as soon as she was out, So Dramatic started reporting on Dom and like how she'd got Botox and she'd got her hair done and she'd flown to London, and just saying like what she'd been doing since she got out of therapy. And then, yeah, Lucy said, you make me sick, such a bully, you have no values. And So Dramatic wrote back, how is a journalist calling out harmful and offensive behaviour of public figures bullying? So that's in relation to Dom and Ella hosting that maths person Jack on their podcast, who had, I guess, verbally abused people on the show. And then Dom and Ella were saying, you know, it was the producers that pushed you to do that. And if you don't know that drama, you should know, because it was huge. So that's what Megan So Dramatic is referring to there. She continued, I think the bully is the one who verbally assaulted me at an event and then tried to physically assault me, i.e. you. So Megan is claiming that Lucy verbally assaulted her at an event and tried to physically assault her as well. Then she continued, and let's not forget the racist comments you made. But yep, that's not bullying. I believe that would be in relation to Megan Pustetto's surname. So I remember like Lucy and Nikki, they did a podcast about Megan Pustetto. About lots of things. And in response to Megan Pustetto's claims that Lucy abused Megan at an event, on the podcast, Lucy said that that allegation is untrue, and they would hate to charge people money to listen to such stories, and her surname sounds like a deli ham. So to me, saying that the name Pustetto sounds like a deli ham, I believe that is the racist comment that Megan is referring to. So then what else have I got here? I'm just reading. Oh yeah, so originally when Megan had called them out, she'd said that they were at a Sunroom launch party. So Sunroom, it's like OnlyFans, but it's for non-sexual sort of stuff. At the Sunroom launch party, so this was a few years ago now, Megan was seated next to Lucy and Nikki and Alexis Fernandez as well. And Lucy had said to Megan, you need to move the F over there and swap with my friend Alexis so that Alexis could sit with them, and she didn't want Megan to sit with her. And Megan had said that they were plastered and more than plastered. And Megan detailed, but I didn't want to repeat those words because of like defamation. But the event was at the Icebergs in Bondi Beach, and after the meal, Lucy then was yelling at Megan again and had to be taken away. So watch this space. I don't believe this feud is over. They both seem to be releasing a lot of public information and a lot of public hatred towards each other. So yes, it's been very interesting to watch. And that is my 3 updates for the week. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Oh, sorry. Yes, that is my laundry drying in the background. Relatable room. So true. Megan is always feuding with people. I had to stop following So Dramatic as it's literally too dramatic. How ironic. I think that is why people follow, including myself. Like, it's very dramatic. And like I said, they know everything at that journalism, at that news company, I suppose. Thoughts on the Kick Pod episode about their feud? Felt like 45 minutes of roundabout content, lots of words with little substance, and didn't get anything out of it. Overhyped on socials. Yes, this has been the, public consensus that the episode was pointless. And sorry, I've had a croaky voice the last few days. The episode was pointless, and yeah, they danced around the topic. They didn't actually say what their feud was about, just that they had one, and then like how they overcame that feud. But yeah, I agree. They need to talk about what actually happened. So it was something that happened on like a luxury holiday. I think it was like a couple's holiday. But yeah, nobody has ever said what actually happened. So maybe it was minor and they're just trying to like make it into something that it's not. Or maybe it was major and they don't want to like bring up old wounds. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's very annoying that they won't tell us. Okay, someone's saying they can see my bra. This is very interesting background. Someone's saying Martha is looking great. Yes, of course, she is looking great. She seems to have recovered well. Love that she said she feels no different health-wise. Yeah, same. I think that's really good. So good she's recovering well. Like, she said that was her fear, that it was going to be really hard to recover and she'd be in pain, but she's saying absolutely no pain. Like, if you're thinking about getting this done, definitely get it done. Someone keeps thinking I'm talking on 1.5 speed because I'm talking so fast. That's so interesting because when I watch my lives back to like do the captions or like the timestamps, I guess it's called, I feel like I talk so slow and I always have to like listen to it in fast speed, but maybe I'm talking faster tonight. Loving Martha's TikToks at the moment. Yes, so am I, because she's blocked me on Instagram. Her TikToks are really good. They feature her family a lot, and her mum Mary is just so funny. Their relationship is very different to most mother-daughter relationships. Like, Martha is constantly like calling out her mum for like eating junk food and saying that she's watching her weight. I don't know, all this really inappropriate stuff. What would normally be inappropriate, but I think for them it's totally normal and funny. Yes, people are agreeing that she's so rude to her mum sometimes, but yeah, I think that's just the relationship they have, and it's just funny. Imagine a verbal argument between Lucy and Megan. Yes, it would be very interesting to watch. They're both very outspoken people, and yeah, they both have very strong opinions and strong personalities, which I find them both very interesting to watch online. Oh my gosh. Who is your favourite up-and-coming influencer at the moment? I'd say probably like the Melbourne influencers like Cairo Calvito and Ned Lester. Like, I'm really interested in watching them at the moment because I feel like they're just growing so fast. Like, Sam Guggenheim is the reason why they've got a following. And I feel like they're just drama. Like, there's always a drama. And like Molly Cook and her ex-girlfriend Alicia King and her new girlfriend Ava, someone. So I feel like they're very interesting to watch at the moment. But I do feel kind of weird watching them as well because they're only like 20 and I'm 35. Like, it feels like I'm watching my future children kind of thing. Like, my children now will grow up to be those adults, young adults. And yeah, it's very interesting to watch. And their life is very different to what mine was when I was 20. Oh, yeah, another person saying I'm talking really fast tonight. Maybe that's why I was puffed. I said I was feeling puffed. Funny. Why am I blocked by Martha? Well, one time she posted a reel, I suppose it was, and in the background she had a big whiteboard that showed all of the work that she had been currently working on and like all the work that she had coming up, and it was all the different brands, and it was just like her and Michael. It was just like a brainstorming board of everything they're working on, and I screenshot it and posted it, and then she blocked me, and I was like, well, you posted that, and I wasn't saying anything bad. I was saying like, wow, like look at all the work they're doing, but I don't know, maybe the comments were attacking her or something, I'm not sure. Or maybe that like got her attention to my page, and then she thought, I don't like what Amber's doing, like I'm just going to block her. Not sure. Do I get offended when influencers block me? I don't get offended. I just get sad because I run this account because I love influencers and I love following them. And when they block me, it's really annoying because I can't see their content anymore. But thank God for TikTok because most of them don't block me on there. Although Rachael Finch has blocked me on both Instagram and TikTok. So that's really annoying. Thoughts on Sopha Dopha's brand? Well, all for Mimi, her brand. I think it seems to be doing really well. She seems to be constantly releasing new collections. I find though that she really hypes up a new collection and then it might be just like a t-shirt with 2 different pictures on it, like 2 different t-shirts. And I think, like this seems like a lot of hype for just 2 items, but I guess that sort of marketing must work for her and she must have like a loyal following that's purchasing it all. She would definitely have a younger target market than myself, being that she's only about 20. But yeah, I think she seems to be doing really well with it and she seems very passionate about it. And I think that that will do very well for her. Brittney Saunders' new hair equals slay. Yes, so she posted a thing about her hair colour. So she was wearing a brown wig and everybody messaged her saying like, you should totally dye your hair that colour. So she went and did it and it looks so, so good. So yeah, she does have brown hair now. Interesting point she mentioned on a podcast just recently, her High Scrollers podcast, that she was interviewed on a podcast in the past and she didn't like the questions that they asked and it made her come across as a bit stupid. And I'm dying to know which podcast it was. Like it could be like Life Uncut, it could be She's on the Money, it could be the Mark Burris podcast. She's been on so many. But yeah, I don't think she'll ever admit which one she was referring to. Isabelle Clarke called out for copying small business hoodie design. Yes, so there is a brand, Mindsetters, I think it was. So Mindsetters on TikTok, they have called out Isabelle Clarke, her new brand Sunflower Avenue. So her slogan for that is no rain, no flowers. And that's written on the sleeves of her hoodies. It's like written at the top of her website. It's very much her slogan. She's even got a tattoo that says no rain, no flowers. But 18 months ago, this brand Mindsetters, they did a whole heap of merch with the quote, no rain, no flowers, and they're claiming that Isabelle has copied them. So I actually disagree. I believe that it is a well-known quote and I highly doubt she got it off this website. Like I'm sure it's just a coincidence. They're saying that also her designs look quite similar to theirs, but I think that that's a bit of a reach. Like they maybe look similar, but I don't think they do. I think it's sort of just they're using this as marketing and it's really worked. The video has gone viral on TikTok. Emmylou pretending her new white label drop-shipped skincare line has been scientifically developed by local chemists. I still am not hearing anything about Emmylou's skincare line, so I had to do like a bit of investigating and I found she does have one coming soon. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I highly doubt she'd be drop shipping it. Like I just don't see that there'd be any point. She'd just get it manufactured in Australia. Australian skincare is very accessible as like a white label thing and you can put your branding on it and sell it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what she does come out with. I did notice on her website though, it said something like, kind of like Sophie Keisha's Isuru makeup. It was something like skincare for everybody. And I just think that is such a bad marketing stunt. Like with marketing, you need to have a narrow target market. Don't try to be something for everybody. Try to be everything for somebody, if that makes sense. Do you keep up with Chloe Morello? I actually do. Like when I post about her, I don't get really much feedback at all. I don't think anyone else really seems to keep up with her. But her and her husband Seba, they've been renovating Chloe's parents' caravan park recently. They're renovating like the main house that the people who run, or the parents who run it live in the main house, but they're living in it at the moment with their 2 kids. And yeah, I'm really loving the YouTube renovation content for that. I'll also mention Ashy Bines. So she was meant to have her brain aneurysm stent put in this week, and she was in hospital for the night, and she'd been like dosed with all the medications and things she needed, like blood thinners and things, and told she'd be going into surgery at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. rolls around and they're told it's been bumped because like emergency surgeries have come through. And then by 9 o'clock, they were like still like, oh, you know, like we're still going to have to bump you a bit more. There's more coming through. And then she was fasting all this time as well. She said she ended up fasting all day. And then at the end of the day, I'm assuming like 4 o'clock or something, she was told, sorry, you're actually going to have to go home. We're not sure when we're going to be performing the surgery. We'll have to get back in touch with you. So she still hasn't had her brain aneurysm stent surgery. She was sharing a room with another woman who was getting the same surgery, and she had travelled. So she had like her family who had booked accommodation to like take her to hospital and stay there while she was recovering in hospital. And she also didn't get her surgery and then had to like turn around and go home. She'd also taken time off work. So yeah, very annoying. That is the public system though, I suppose. And yeah, it's just a matter of whose surgery is more important. Apparently there were 22 beds in the ICU and there were 24 patients. So that is why they couldn't do these elective surgeries. I suppose they're considered elective. But yeah, that was all very interesting. It was also very interesting to see what she took. She took like a bag of food because, as you might remember, she notoriously was like bagging out the food that the hospital provided her previously, saying that it was all very unhealthy except for a banana. So she was packing a hospital bag of healthy food this time, including a whole heap of supplements, which she absolutely would not be able to take in hospital. Like they would be telling her she's not to take any of that because it could interact with the Western medicines that they were giving her. She also packed, bananas and health food bars and all these healthy things. So good on her. I mean, that is her life to want to eat healthy. What else? All for Mimi, she claims that it's a gap in the market, All for Mimi, she claims it's a gap in the market brand, but nothing seems original. Yeah, I do agree with that. I don't think that All for Mimi is filling a gap in the market. I think that it's very much not fast fashion because it's not huge collections or anything, but it's definitely very much like fashionable sort of stuff. Like it's not classic sort of things. Like it's not filling a gap in the market in my opinion either, but that's okay. You don't need to fill a gap because the reason why all these other brands are there is because that's what does well. Maybe the gap is there for a reason. I love how Sophie Keisha dumped Abby Gilmore and her own sister Kate, and now they're best friends again. That's a win. Yeah, so Abby Gilmore and Sophie Keisha have been interacting with each other again online recently, and that has shocked everybody. So I don't know why they stopped being friends, but yeah, they are back friends again. What else have we got? Oh, a lot of people are saying they do watch Chloe, so that's cool. And that it's strange Ashy Bines is at a public hospital and not private. Yes, I suppose that does seem strange for somebody who is apparently wealthy financially. Who is your influencer that you've blocked / can't stand? I don't believe I've blocked any influencers, and if I can't stand them, I just wouldn't follow them, I guess. I don't know, there's no one I can't stand because the more crazy and dramatic someone is, the more I want to follow them. Like Mitch Third. Okay, that's who comes to mind probably. I don't agree with anything he says pretty much, but that's why I like to follow him. I like seeing a different point of view. I like his craziness. I find it eye-opening and I'm also shocked by it. And yeah, I think that Mitch Third would be my answer to that. He claims though that he's not an influencer anymore. He is an entrepreneur. So